And restream chat, opening that up. Let's see what happens. Oh, geez. All right, enable. We're good to go. Here, no messages. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition. Let me see if I can invite some people, man, and see if we can get a little bit of something going. Hold on, folks. I have been asked to check out the pre-launch second chance to Chango. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot, man. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. It says second chance to Chango. Who says you can't have a second chances? Come get your Chango this time around. Join the story. It's the pre-launch page. Oh, it's just one perk. Looks good to me. Let's see what they got. They got the video. All right, I can dig it. Let me turn that down so I can hear. Oops. Let me tell them just one. Oh, let me throw the invite. And let me tell. All right, let me see what's going on YouTube. Make sure it's up and running because I'm not even. Whoa, yeah, it is up and running. Whoa, Aliyah Garza, Shinobi Raccoon. There you go. Garth Osteen. Hello, how you doing, my friend? Hey man, thanks for people. I mean, it's been a while since I streamed. Of course, y'all know I just had a beautiful baby girl. Amazing, time consuming. She is something else, but she is definitely well worth everything that's going on. Um, it's been pretty amazing, you know. Oh, I got the chat up. Everything's going. All right, cool. So everything's going on YouTube. Everything's going on YouTube. You know, I'm sitting here texting with my friend El Guapo Comics. What you're watching on the screen is not my work. This is Trusty Sidekick's work. He's on a book he did lunch meet. He just loaned me some of his pencils so I can practice inking. I am so happy that everybody's back and everybody's here and everybody's joining in. Thank you all so much. I know it's been a while, like I said. You know, the baby girl, man, the baby girl. She is beautiful, and I just finished back. Hey, oh, nice. You know, I have that game. I haven't finished playing it yet, I have it because it was free on Microsoft, so you could download it to your Xbox on Game Pass. So I was playing it like that. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool, pretty cool. Let me get on StreamYard, see if anybody's joined. So hopefully someone will join. So I won't be here by myself, but it was kind of impromptu, kind of impromptu. Um, I just kind of wanted to put a little bit of content out on my channel. I've missed being out here, dealing with you guys. You know, um, because I haven't streamed. Okay. Wow, the mellow tones of your teeth. Yeah, I'm here. I threw it in the regular in the regular place that I always throw it at in the dog stars. Yeah. Hey, Maranya, how you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah, I have to be quiet. I promised the wife that you know that I'd be quiet when I stream tonight. I don't want to wake the baby up, and so that's why you don't hear me on the slow mellow, you know. And like I said, I threw the invite out on the link in the Dog Stars for those of you. But I know it's kind of late. It's way late on the East Coast. So if nobody joins, that's fine. I'm working on some pencils that Trusty loaned me for that book he's working on with Macho Dan called Lunch Meat. Just kind of like a stress reliever. You know what I mean? The link is there. I'm seeing it. It's in there twice. Unless someone blocked me. But it's there two times. Is this the Dark Stars? Let me see. Click. It ain't there. E. Okay. Sent and sent again. I don't know what to tell you. Um, I don't know what to say. Damn, Trusty, for real? All right, all right. Okay, someone popped in. Someone popped in. Let me go to StreamYard. Oh, he popped out. Where'd he go? Shinobi came in and then Shinobi popped out. Let me put this to the side so I can see who comes in. And Trusty, that's crazy that we're working on the same hand at the same time. That is insane. Of course, you're gonna do a way better job than me because it is your drawing. But there's Shinobi. Oh, there we go.
How's it go? Good to see you back.
Yeah, just for a little bit. Probably won't be on as long as I normally am. I just promised the wife that I'd be as quiet as possible, and I just wanted to work on something and kind of, decompress a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Decompress a little bit because it's just been a while since I've been able to sit down and just kind of, work the magic a little bit. But people are here, man. So that's awesome. They haven't forgotten about me, and I really, really, truly appreciate that. Trustees in the house, kind of local sports, the fastest growing boxing YouTube channel, man. If y'all haven't checked them out, go check them out. Oh, okay, brother. I'll definitely do that. I just ain't really had time to make them overlays, but I definitely, definitely. Hold on. I got Cesar Feliciano, my brother from another mother. He's hitting me up on the other side. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Just send him the link. There you go. Shinobi's been streaming, people. Don't get it twisted. If y'all have been missing him, it's because y'all ain't subscribed. But he has been streaming. He streamed like 2 days ago, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep. I do try to keep track with everybody, man. A little bit. Chrono streamed the other day. You know, I've been trying to keep up with folks as much as I can. It's been a little bit difficult, with everything that's been going on. But back, this is too big. I need like about a 4. Yeah. Streaming live is a hard job. Yeah, it is. People think it's just easy. You gotta entertain people. You gotta find people. You gotta do a lot, man. You gotta do a lot.
Uh, some people in the chat might already be aware of this, but for those that aren't, in June, Larry from Rebel Comics is gonna launch his Niobe Birthright campaign on the Indiegogo.
Nice. And ladies and gentlemen, Cesar Feliciano is going to relaunch Chango on Indiegogo for those of you that missed the campaign the first time.
That's right. He also launched his launched on Kickstarter first, didn't
he? Well, he started on Indiegogo, then moved over to Kickstarter. He was able to fully fund on Kickstarter, but now he just, he wants to give people on Indiegogo a chance.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for quality entertainment and people who actually deliver, you can give those guys a look.
Maranya says she knows streams during the day when I'm usually sleeping and managed to catch the tail end of the other one. Okay. Yeah. No, definitely. Well, and it's definitely something. I ain't mad at it. At least you were able to catch something.
Yeah, my timing sucks. I know.
It is what it is. It's a matter of being able to find. You'll be live. A lot problem is extremely decent when you go live. Cronus is always live. He's doing a lot of gaming stuff, man. It's coming out pretty dope. He's been consistent in that. He's been super consistent with that. All right. Yeah, everybody's talking amongst everybody. Life is beautiful, man.
But yeah, around the afternoon just seems to be my best time to actually stream, since I'm not running into the usual competition.
Competition's gonna be there no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, what's tonight? Tonight's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that means that somebody's doing some art challenge, something. Speaking of El Guapo
Well,
comics,
Mike had an emergency, so they're not doing that tonight.
what? And I just impromptu streamed. Wow. Mr. Feliciano, can you hear us? Oh, I
I
like your
can. Can you
gaming
hear
chair,
me?
man. Yeah, I can hear you fine, man. Did you copy my black and red chair, man? Because that looks pretty dope.
Oh, I gotta show you this thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he got a gaming chair.
Yeah. I got one like that.
You do?
Yeah, black and red.
Oh, sweet. That's why we're family.
These things are amazing, dude. I love them.
Oh, dude, I love it. It's got all these adjustments. One night, I'm sitting in the studio. I'm so exhausted. I couldn't even lay a line down. I'm like, man, I gotta close my eyes. And I'm sitting there, like, doing this, right? And all of a sudden, it does. I'm like, wait a minute. This thing reclines back
Yeah, all the way back.
all the way back.
Yeah,
So
it,
I
it
took a
lays,
little 15-minute power nap. I was good to go for about 2 hours.
yeah, mine lays all the way flat, dude. And it's got a foot stand on it that slides from the bottom. You can rest your feet up.
Oh, man, I didn't get that one.
Oh man,
I saw that one. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, well, that's because my wife loves me. She got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, she's a good lady.
Oh, trusty sidekick. Oh my goodness, I got the whole team. The whole shebang.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Yeah. Trusty's been Trusty's been checking my shows too.
Yeah, Trusty and I are working
Yeah,
on
man.
a panel, believe it or not.
Hey,
Yeah.
Look at. Oh, wait a minute. What am I seeing here?
This is lunch meat.
I'm seeing double.
Yeah, we're working on the same panel. So
I heard you were getting the big band together.
Amazing.
Heath.
crap.
yeah, so what happened is Trusty was like, yo, if you want to practice inking, here's some pages, right? And since I seen Trusty was been inking them online, I figured, well, that means I can ink what he sent me online as well. And then I was like, man, yeah, I talked to the wife and said, hey, babe, can I just do one stream? I haven't done anything on my channel in forever. And she was like, go ahead, close the door, be quiet, don't talk loud. Like, okay. So I came in here, closed the door. I'm hopefully not talking loud.
Dang. Oh. Getting a little break from the baby tonight.
Well, believe it or not, my wife does the nocturnal stuff with the baby because she's breastfeeding. So there's not much I can do.
What are you gonna do? Because that baby's whole life right now is your wife's very
Mhm.
capable teat.
It is what it is on that. I do feel sorry for her, man. But
It's tough, man. You know, you can do the pump, but I mean, I'm seeing that right now because my daughter's here, right?
mhm.
Staying with us for a year. They moved down from Connecticut, and they're just getting themselves planted here before they get a place here. So they just had a baby in January. So it's the same thing. That baby's whole world is her breastfeeding. And she tries to pump the milk. You know, you got the pump, you put it in the little bottle. Man, that baby doesn't want anything to do with that little
No,
bottle nipple. I know what the real one feels like. What is this plastic thing you're throwing in my mouth?
yep. They know, man.
Man,
Well, I think it's more than just that. It's just the warmth of the body,
uh,
the warmth of the milk, the comfort of being held,
you have none of that though.
Right.
So they're not having any of that other stuff, bro. For honestly, man, they're like. So I feel sorry from my wife, because she carries the brunt of the load. She's doing an amazing job,
Yeah.
She's doing an amazing job. I, on the other hand, are just an incompetent male.
What is the chat, man? That chat.
Yeah, man. The chat is going on. It's not on because I'm doing it a multi-stream. It doesn't pop in on It doesn't copy in.
Outside?
Yeah, so
Oh,
you have to
okay.
open up your YouTube or whatnot. Right now,
Oh,
I got like Chrono says you have a nice chair. My brother, Kind of Local Sports, the fastest growing boxing YouTube channel, is that's what I'm calling him now, man. If you're Boricua and you love boxing, check out Kind of Local Sports. He highlights all Puerto Rican boxers. He's been getting some A-list people coming in and interviewing with him. He is doing some amazing things. He's down in Florida, man. Check out his channel.
That's
He,
awesome.
he's doing it big,
You
man.
gotta put the link in the description there, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that.
Sure enough.
do that after you can do that once the stream is done. You just go into
Yeah.
your YouTube studio and
Yeah, I will.
make your edits there.
Yeah, add all that in there. Hey, so real quick, right? So I was cyber stalking Jimmy, right? On Facebook, right?
Oh Lord.
So I found, because he talks. Oh yeah, I had boxes. It was pretty legit. Like there was some pictures of him where he had hands up, with some other dudes. I was like, all right, okay, all right. It's not all talk.
I even trained somebody once.
Oh really?
Yeah, he quit it, but I did.
Hey, listen, guys. The years have been kind to Jimmy up to this point. Okay.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't
Now,
changed too much, okay, but now he's getting into them years that I've just gone through. He's starting to hit those. So we'll see. We'll see Jimmy in about 5 years. See what he's all about.
5 years, bro. I'll be 51 in like 13 days.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
It's too late, Doctor.
Yeah, my time.
It's later than we thought.
Yeah, right.
My time is
Trusty's
gone.
throwing down some nice ink there, man.
Trusty's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Nice ink there, bro.
Trusty is amazing, man.
The other guy up there doing the digital stuff, he's doing all right too. I'll give him
I'm
that.
trying, man. I bought a whole bunch of pen packs.
Yeah.
And I don't like any of them. I'm back to the G pen.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man.
G Pen works best for me too.
I mean, I bought I bought like this what did I buy? It's like I bought all these inking pens.
What, you buy Frendon's? All the Frendon ones?
No, I bought them from Graphicsly from Clip Studio.
Okay.
It was like $20 for like a whole thing of pens, man. But I tried them all, and I mean, I like some of them, but I'm back to the G pen.
Jimmy Reyes art. He's got a YouTube channel that's really starting to blow up. He's getting people on there, but he actually created his own pen that that he can do curves and curve lines with it by just doing a click. And I was like, holy shoot, man, that's awesome. But the pen works like a Crocro 102. And that, I was like, wow,
Is that one of the one?
He showed it to us when he had David Finch on live and they were talking while he was inking a piece that David Finch had sent him to work on for some project they got coming up. And I looked at first, I thought that he had inked it by hand, but he had done it all digitally. I was like, holy crap. It's the first brush pen that I've seen that mimics that Crocro line really, really well. Obviously, he's not sharing the settings with anyone, but if he ever were to, he might be able to make at least a couple of coins on that.
Yeah, man. The pens I got, they're I don't know. I don't know. They're not like solid pens. Like let's take inking 7, right? And let's blow it up to a 10. So it's kind of like the line that you get. It's okay. But if you compare it side by side, it's not. I don't know.
Right.
You know, but that's the one I like the most out of the ones that I bought. The Inking 10, but you got an Inking 4. It's kind of rough. You see how it's rough? I don't know if you can see that. Oops, went the wrong way. You see how it's kind of like a patchy line. It's not a solid straight line.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, what is that? Is that a pen?
that is a pen. It's an inking pen. According to this, it's called Inking 4.
It's weird because it almost looks like a pencil.
Yeah, but it's a pen.
So what is it? What is it mimicking? Is it mimicking like a vellum surface paper?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great question. I didn't look at the description.
Yeah, because trust me, I see that you use that. That's like your go-to, the Copic multi-liner. But it looks like you use
What is this?
smooth board, or do you use a board with tooth on it?
Oh, you talking about Trusty?
Trusty, yeah.
Are you talking to me now?
I mean, I did say trusty. I suppose
I'm sorry. I was saying hi
but-
to I was saying hi to Adrian in the chat.
Yeah.
This I'm just doing on some of that Strathmore. This stuff, the Strathmore Bristol.
Is it smooth though? I'm trying. Yeah, it is.
It's smooth. Yeah.
That's why you can get that smooth stroke line with that.
Yeah, it's not the best paper I've ever used, but I had ordered some, and Dick Blick sent me twice as much as I ordered, and they said just keep it as a gift. So I'm good for a while.
Yeah, no, it's very serviceable. That paper, it does a decent job. The only time that it really doesn't hold up well is if you're a heavy penciler and you're throwing down a lot of lines, and you have to erase and stuff like that. Sometimes it can give you problems, and also you have to really let the inks seep into the paper before you erase your pencil lines.
Oh yeah,
because it will pull up the ink like nobody's business. And even if you let it sit for a day or so, it'll still pull up some of the ink. It doesn't grab the ink as well.
Yeah.
So you got to move into like a 300 series. 400 series is really good. A 500 series is great, but it's so freaking expensive,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What's a really good paper, and for you guys that, and even for you, Jimmy, whenever you're practicing traditional inking, is Eon Prod papers. Have you used that paper?
I've never heard of that.
Dude, that paper is awesome. It's great paper. And it says Eon Prod at the top, and he's got all the lines marked out. Rulers top to bottom all around the side. He's got all the registers and everything right on the board. And that paper, it takes a beating with pencils. You can ink right on it, man. It takes the blue line from your printer really well. It's great paper. Great paper.
All right.
Yeah, definitely look into that. Gosh, the guy's name is freaking escaping me right now. But he's a good guy to deal with. I don't know why I can't remember his name all of a sudden. But he also saw this ink called Vortex, which is a good ink that he sells. It's very black. So, yeah, definitely check that out, Chelsea, because I think out of all of us that are on this stream, you're probably the one that you do even more work traditionally than I do.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot digitally. I've done a little bit, but still mostly traditional. So yeah, I pulled up the website, Eon, draw, ink, color, create.
Good. It's good paper, man. I'm not just saying that. It really is good paper. And I want to get some, but it's one of those things where I have so much paper I just can't bring myself to say, well, let me.
Is it the HD Smooth comic art boards?
That's a good paper. And then he's got a vellum or semi. I don't know if he calls it vellum or semi-tooth or semi-rough, something like that.
This HD plate comic art.
Yes, plate
boards.
is smooth. Hey, Adrian.
Plate is what?
It's called plate. That's your smooth surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. So we got Adrian in the house.
That paper, Greg Capullo started. He posted something up on Twitter that he's starting to use this paper because he says it out of all the paper that he's tried recently, that's the best one.
Cool.
That he's tried. So him, and then I think Kuber, was it Adam Kuber chimed in and said, "Yep, I use it myself. It's great paper." So, you know, you got those two guys saying it's great paper. You know, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So Adrian joined the house. Maranya said that since the last time I've been to one of these live streams, I've done 45 sketches. I'm into my 6th sketchbook of the year as of today, man. That's amazing stuff.
That's what's up. 6 sketchbooks, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been seeing some of her stuff online. What is going on with this pen?
That's a lot.
That is a lot of drawing. I haven't even inked 2 pages since the baby's been born.
Right.
Give you.
I love that reaction shot you got going on there with the guy falling backwards.
Yeah, that's Trusty.
Yeah.
Sidekick.
Yeah.
An amazing
I
guy.
have trouble with shots with people falling backwards a lot of times.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I gotta get Trusty. I think he dropped out. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, dropped out again.
It's all good. I had you highlight it because she was doing the good stuff.
It was about time for it, you know.
Yeah.
Should I be drawing right now? I feel like a slacker right now. I'm not even drawing anything.
Don't worry
It's all
about it.
good, man. You're working on relaunching, Chango, man. That's important stuff, man.
Nice segue there.
Speaking of which, bro, I didn't mean to down that post you put on about Walmart. It wasn't my intention to jump on there.
I don't even work. No, listen. I put that out there. That's why I started it with a well. What have we here? You know?
Yeah, like
Because I know, like I did. Listen, when the first campaign first went out, I was like, should I back this? I don't know if I should back this. It looks really cool. Maybe I'll back it. You know, but something kept holding me back, so I never did. And I was like, oh man, I missed my shot, to back it. And then all this stuff started happening. I was like, oh man, maybe I'm kind of glad I didn't back it. And then I'm seeing the books out there, like, and people tripping, like, there's my red rooster right on the bottom. What is going on here?
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at I'm not mad at people like Blake Northcutt and anybody else that was propositioned to go into Allegiance Comics, and put their books out. I'm just really disappointed because, the whole thing about his campaign, was I'm gonna under promise and over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. That's
yeah,
what
you're quoting now.
I am. This is a straight quote. I'm not making this up.
yes.
And then, I mean, that's the way America is. People take other people's money and make businesses out of it. Great. I'm awesome, but doggone it, man. You put out one Red Rooster book out and none of your backers have he sent us a digital that we could look at.
Yeah, but that was just a 24-page preview. That's not the whole book.
So yeah, digital look good, but people buy, like I said, man, I put $200 into that campaign, like what the freak, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I put 50 into it.
I mean, I bet the lowest tier I possibly could, but I bet for a whole book, not half.
Yeah. So what do you think would be? I mean, at this point, it's already sour milk, right?
Yeah,
Kind of.
definitely.
So, what would be something that could be done to save face? Okay, because that's
Give me
very
all your
important.
other books.
There are things that you can do. You got to try to save face somehow.
You give me all
I
your
thought-
first issues of your other books. I
And-
might be willing to forgive.
Yeah.
Who was
Yeah.
that? Adrian, was that you commenting?
Yeah, that was me.
Can you just repeat that again? Because I didn't quite catch
I
it.
said you give me a copy of all the other books, and I might be able to.
I like that idea.
Past it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
That is the problem. Is I'm not interested in anything else. I just wanted Red Rooster. I wasn't interested in the Futurist.
I actually want the Futurist. That's why I backed Red Rooster, because you said you would do the Futurist.
Yeah, I flipped through that and I was like, wow, that looks.
Yeah, I was so ready. Like when I saw what he was doing for Red Rooster, I was so ready to back the Futurist, but then he messed that up by doing.
Well, here's the thing. I've been a fan of Mitch's for I don't know a long time, and the Futurist is an old idea that he had on DeviantArt a long time ago, and I was excited about it then, and I was excited about it when he said he would do it next if he could get Red Rooster back.
Well, he did
The
it.
only reason I backed Red Rooster.
It's in Walmart. You can get it.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
But I'll tell you something.
Mine, actually. It might not be in my Walmart.
Yeah.
No. So here it is. Start a petition. Tell Mitch to give everybody a Walmart gift card for the amount of the Allegiance art display, so everybody can go ahead and buy the Allegiance art book if they want to. If not, they can buy something else. I don't give a doggone, But that way you're given the opportunity to buy the books if you want them, and if you don't want them, just treat yourself to something else at Walmart.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's really not worth it to me anymore.
The Futurist is already out.
If he decides to do that on his own accord, then why should I give him that idea? That's a good idea.
Yeah. He should have came out with it himself.
Yeah. Are you telling people to share the stream and all that fancy stuff?
No.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of forgetting to say stuff like that too. But yeah, it would be a good idea for y'all in the chat to share and all that.
But listen, let me tell you one thing. What would make it worthwhile for me with Red Rooster is if they would pick me as the winner of the fan art contest. I all would be forgiven. I'd be fine then.
That's understandable too.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's fine. They did send a tweet out for everybody to do the fan art if they wanted to put it in the book, and I was like, fine. I did some terrible fan art way back in the day, and I'm like, hey, I waited this long. You might as well put my terrible art in there. I ain't mad at you. But no, seriously though, that the whole thing with the big three, I'm gonna call them the big three. That was the big two, Marvel and DC, with the big three, EVS, Mike, and and Mitch.
I like that.
They all disappointed everybody.
Yep.
Maybe we heap too much expectations on them.
Well, they promised a lot.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
And I'm not gonna jump on Malin because Malin pretty much delivered. I think I didn't back his book, but
overall, I would say.
I mean, I wasn't really feeling Malin's from the beginning. After he said what he said, that he wouldn't back nobody unless they pimped the logo. I was like, I'm not feeling this guy.
Yeah, but that was now things have changed.
Yeah.
Until now, but it is what it is, man. All I'm saying is that was some bull crap.
Yes, it was.
And I will say what I have to say. And like I said, I'm not mad at anybody that joined Allegiance because they're not the ones that did the campaign and then, decided to do a big squat on the people.
But yeah. I think Stephen A. Smith said it best. We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about the whole thing because in one thing, like I understand if Walmart accepts you, it's kind of hard to pass that deal.
That's fine, but take care of your backers first.
Yeah, I get that, but if Walmart is demanding you to do certain things,
but here's the thing.
I'm going to play devil's advocate real quick. If Walmart comes to you and says, or you go to Walmart and they actually accept your meeting with them, and they say, okay, we'll do this. Yeah, you should take care of your backers, but if if you have a deal with Walmart and that falls through, then I don't know, that's a bad thing too. So like he put himself in a weird position to be put into.
So here's the thing that I want to say. You can defend him on that count, and I will counter with this. He was putting it out there that he was having these meetings to begin with.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
And he never said that the seed money being used from Red Rooster was going to go into that direction. He said that money was to put the book out. So he would under promise and over deliver. And that all that other stuff, he was, because remember, EVS went to Arkansas to meet with them and a future prospect business partner. I don't know if y'all remember that stream.
I remember that. I remember that well.
Okay, so if y'all remember that, then y'all know that whatever happened was not supposed to happen the way it happened. Now, granted, Walmart is a big deal. And here in Washington, luckily for me, the books are not on display because I would really be having a conniption. But if you are spreading yourself that thin, you have to know how to work your money. You don't spit in the face of the people that put you in a position to succeed.
Right.
That was us, the backers, because us, the backers, gave them money, lots and lots of money.
Well said. Well said.
In many cases.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. Walmart, big deal. Books are out. I'm happy for them on that count. On the other count, on the flip side, dude, don't do the people that supported you, help build your platform, and and all that stuff. You don't spit on them. You don't do that because I don't care how much success he has with Walmart and these other books, and if he ever gets another Indiegogo or whatever, he will not get another nickel from me.
Got that right.
Sure.
Period. Point blank. Now, I'm not doing like other people get and requesting my money back because that's not the way I operate. I'm in my right because the contract was breached. He never delivered on the promise that he made.
Yep.
So on that account, if I wanted to, I would be within my right, but I'm not doing that. The damage is done.
Right.
Eventually, I'll get my. It's sad that I'm going almost on year 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least. I mean, yeah, it took Cyberfrog forever to get here, but when it finally got here, all the fluting was flattened out of my book because it took so long. So everybody that got it earlier had fluting. That's great. Mine was pretty much flattened out. It takes so doggone long. The book was almost in perfect shape.
Right.
That's nice.
On the other hand, we got people like the Waffle who actually delivers, and of course Manny who actually delivers, Niobe who actually delivers. These are guys that are stand up people.
Tim, he's delivered.
Yeah, Tim Lin, he's delivered a couple of his books.
And say what you will about the guy, but Dello JDA, he's delivered.
John DeLaros always delivers, and he's got the best. I think he's got one of the best things because he's doing it everywhere. He's doing it on Kindle, Kickstarter. He is building it the right way, I think.
Yeah, I may not always like what he does, but much respect.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
You
I'll
don't
tell
have
you,
a person to respect them,
another
though.
person that's getting things done is Cassidy.
Yeah, K Blonde. He's doing things. He's on Facebook, mad as hell though, because he said I got 200 friends on my frame, and I keep posting him.
He needs to
You know,
expand.
yeah, he'll be all right though. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I know that people that like the fact that I was in the book, bought the book, the issue number 2, but I wasn't on issue number 1, so I didn't give it that much love. What's up, Pablo Romero? Help the woman on the screen. Watch out for that triggering.
Yeah. Is he on the stream?
Yeah,
or
I'm actually working on a book for him right now, like pages for him right now. Cassidy.
Yeah. He asked me to ink something for him, but I've been so busy and I
Yeah,
haven't really had time. I told him the turnaround was
Well-
going to be slow.
he's mentioned wanting you to ink mine because I can't do digital inks right now because I ain't got a computer that runs it.
Right.
But I ain't gonna be finished for a while though. It's like 10 pages. I'm only on the 5th.
You know me. I'm always down to help the cause.
Yeah.
This is what I'm working on though.
Hold on. Let me give you some love. Let me give you some love and put you up on the big screen. Adrian, you're getting better.
Thanks. Been working at it. Still learning.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he was showing us his stuff last night.
That we all last night, man. Last night I don't know what I was doing last night.
Yeah, we just did a private hangout last night.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was doing some designs of my 2 characters, and
Yeah, I had a good time last night.
Yeah, I wanted to
we
join,
had a,
but I couldn't join.
I understand. Gotcha.
Having a baby is a wonderful thing, but it's also super taxing.
Oh
Yeah, that's for sure.
And she is so.
Excuse me.
She's getting to that point where she's alert now, and she's scoping everything out. And now she's fighting going to sleep. Like, no, I don't want to sleep. I want to see what's going on. I want to see what's going on.
How old is she?
She's going on 3 months.
Yeah. Mine just turned 2.
So I was like, man, she is really, really into whatever's going on. She seems to like YouTube videos though. If I put a bunch of YouTube video, she'll sit there and watch it. I don't even know if she understands what's going on. She'll just look at the computer screen and be like, oh, it's a YouTube
Pretty
video.
colors.
Probably understands a lot more than what you think she does.
Possible.
Yeah. She'd be laughing at me too, man. I don't know if she's actually knows that she's playing jokes on me or what. I was like, wait a minute, why are you smiling now? And of course, we're trying to teach her how to be bilingual, so she's confused as hell. Dad speaks in Spanish, mom speaks in English.
It'll benefit her better later in the long run.
Well, her mom is really, really adamant that that the baby learns, one of her, Spanish. She wants her to understand both the heritages. So,
I'd say that's important.
Yeah, I think it would be nice.
Let's see.
Sorry, I didn't realize you had it on me. I was sending a link out to somebody.
No, don't worry about it, brother. I was over here just checking it out. We'll go back to the Waffle.
Hey, I was checking your buddy's stuff out this morning.
Who's buddy?
Trustees.
Trusty got a lot of buddies.
That's who El Guapo's inking right now.
Oh, okay. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Waffle's a master inker, man.
Yeah. Speaking of inking, I think my outlines are pretty much finished.
Ryan says some people say that smiling in babies is gas. No, she just laughs.
Yeah.
When she's gassy, she gets really serious. Her facial expression be like she wanted. She's whoa. I be like whoa. I'm like whoa. Why so serious? She's an
Yeah,
amazing
it's
little
like what? That feels weird coming out. What is that?
Yeah, she surprises herself. Like she'll be almost dead asleep, and then she'll wake herself up. Like, what was that? Where did it come from? It's like came from you, little girl. I don't like that line. No me gusta esa línea. Yeah, Waffle doing some big things, man.
Yeah.
When are we getting Red 10?
I already got it.
You got yours?
Yeah, I've
I haven't
had
got
that
mine
10
yet.
1 and 2. You didn't get them? You better talk to a Waffle.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it already. I was gonna do a video, but
You're
to,
slipping out, Waffle.
to show it off, but um, things just got complicated. But
Talked
yeah, I
to
got
Josh
it,
any
man.
lately?
From Josh Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day. He's
How's he doing?
he's doing good. He's a little burnt out on drawing. He's bummed out because
Yeah.
all the cons are canceled. So he's got like
Yeah.
$700 worth of inventory he can't push. I
right.
was telling him
Yeah.
just do it virtually,
Yeah.
and he was like, you know. I was like, okay. And I was like, there's always a
Yeah,
solution.
I kind of wondered about him, because of the
Yeah.
cons and stuff.
Yeah.
How he's
I was
doing.
gonna take time off. I was gonna take off for Saturday for a free comic book day, but
Yeah.
everything happened.
Yeah.
You know,
Get me started on free comic book.
but I saw a picture either on Facebook or Twitter. I think it was Facebook of El Guapo Comics being in somebody's comic book shop, selling copies of what was it? Gods and Soldiers. Is El Guapo talking? Because I can't hear him.
That
Yeah.
I
was
haven't heard him yet in a while.
I heard.
Are
Oh,
you
there it
muted?
is.
hello.
There you
There
are.
you are.
I'm here.
Okay, just checking.
We was talking about Free Comic Books Day and that post you had on I think it was Facebook when you was promoting Gods and Soldiers
Yeah, that was last year.
last year.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Doesn't seem like that far away, but it seems so far away.
Yeah, things have changed so much. You know, there you go, Free Comic Book Day. That's something that the Bright Wisers can do. Yeah, they can give a free comic book away. The Futurist to Adrian.
Yeah.
Oh, stop being a butthole, Jimmy. Oh my goodness. Look, man.
I mean, I'll take it if it's
I
free.
know. If it's free. Nah, I'm you know what? I told myself I was done with all this crap, but then Waffle posted that post. And then I was like, he triggered me.
Every time he thinks he's out, they pull him.
Pulling back in.
An SJW.
Yeah, no kidding.
He triggered me. No, but you know what? The funny part is I felt bad after I posted that. I was like, man, I should delete this. Waffle's over here being all nice, and I'm like, rah.
Hey, listen, I can afford to be nice. I didn't have any skin in the game.
Man.
True.
I'm sure I would have been ticked off had I go ahead and gone against my better instinct.
Oh, hold on. Think about what tier I could have backed you at had I not wasted $200 on Red Rooster.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, man.
See, you guys in the
Yeah,
game, you just don't know it.
Yeah, I apparently should have gotten El Guapo's campaign instead of that.
Well, guess what? You're gonna get another chance.
Yes, by the way, Chango.
I'm gonna be launching this Friday the second chance Shango campaign.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm trying to keep it very simple. Basically, you come, you can get the book if you missed it. If you want to get the book, fine. All right. It's what it is plus shipping. If I hit my goal, I'm going to add some very, a couple of stretch goals. I may add one more perk before it's all said and done, before I actually launch it on Friday. But that's what I'm doing. $500, whoever wants to jump in. Hopefully I can smash through that, very quickly. And because I think that I just don't understand why the campaign fell so flat when I tried running it on Indiegogo. But I think things have changed now, because one of the things I kept hearing about is, oh, Indiegogo, we don't like them because, it's comics gay, it's all this, just a lot of bad blood,
Mm-hmm.
at the time with that. And I think that affected. I had customers actually tell me, the ones that backed me on Kickstarter, that was one of their major complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see
But I
that.
figure, for those that didn't get a chance, you can pick up the book now. And I've actually, can I show a couple of colored pages?
Man, you can do whatever
Please
you want to do,
do.
brother.
Here,
Sure, you got the screen. You got both screens. You got your screen and you're on the main screen.
So let me go here. These are some of the more recent color pages that we got. So he's only got like 16 more pages to color. Here's a decent one here. Okay.
Whoa,
Oh, nice.
that's very nice.
Yeah, looking good.
And let's see. I think I posted this one online, but it looks. I'll just put it up again here. So the guy's doing a great job coloring that. Yeah, I'll throw one more up here. Here's a funny page. I like the way that this guy came out. The big guy that likes churros.
I didn't know I made it into your comic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. I like that.
and he's got his
Like
little
behind
demon, which is it's a demon with a hole in its stomach.
Oh yeah.
So obviously that's his demon that he deals with. So I'm having a lot of fun with this book. The coloring, like the production quality is very high on this, and I just want to give people one more chance to get in on it so that they can get it in their hands.
Right.
It's not your normal superhero fare. It's to me, it almost has a manga vibe to it, as far as, because it's telling more of a down to earth story, but like with a horror aspect to it. So
I could see that. I could see that from what I've seen of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What kind of panel grid do you usually work in? Like
it depends. It depends on what the page calls for. Like for instance, if there's like let me see if I can pull this one up. There's one page where there was a lot of movement going on, and it was a sequence of pages. Here's the first of it. And on this particular page, once it loads, I use these diagonal type boxes to denote that movement of shifting back and forth. So if everything's in balance, there's a lot of chaos going on. And then in this panel that's coming up now, I continued that movement in the top three, and then on the bottom row, I start to settle it down a little bit more. Now we're going to go into the story.
Yeah.
So, Neil, and this isn't my trick. This is Neil Adams was famous for that. He would use these weird angle panels, but he would do it to serve the story. It wasn't just because he just wanted to throw a different shape up there, So when you're storytelling, you really gotta you want to think of every aspect of it, not just from the drawing, but from your panel layout, your grid layouts. Vary the sizes of things. Little teeny figures with big figures, close-ups, medium shots. All that. So you kind of need to have all that on every page. Yeah, that's it.
So the campaign goal is only $500, right? So if you hit 500, it fulfills on Indiegogo.
It fulfills on Indiegogo, and then it'll obviously go into on demand at that point, which I'll only do on demand for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we're gonna go to print. By that time, the colors should be done with everything, and the lettering should all be complete.
Nice.
So
it's always good. It's always good, man, to see that. Me, I had a little bump in life, so I had to put the work in on the back burner for a little bit. But I did find a writer. She's a very good writer. She finally agreed to be to help write the story out. So
that's good.
Yeah, cool.
That's really awesome. I've been talking to her for about 4 or 5 months now. So she's Trusty knows some of her work.
Well, I don't think I've read any of her work. I've just seen her in, like snippets. Juju's chats and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's pretty good.
Well, speaking of the Borinqueñero, so I saw when I was cyberstalking Jimmy, the picture of his dad when he was in. That was your dad in Vietnam?
No, I think that's my grandfather.
Your grandfather. Okay, so grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah. He was actually okay. So I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna go into my thing. Go ahead.
I have nothing else to add. Go ahead.
All right. So the whole concept of the Borinqueñero is actually a tribute to my grandfather, because my grandfather was actually in the 65th Infantry Regiment in Korea, which is the last time they were active. And the 65th Infantry Regiment is called the Borinqueñeros because it was an all Puerto Rican infantry regiment. One of the only ones, actually the only one. And their history is a little, they did some great things, and they have some language barriers, and they had an up and down turmoil kind of thing in the army. But so the whole Borinqueñero thing is actually kind of like a tribute to them, and of course my grandfather, because he was in the 65th Infantry. And about 3 years ago, maybe 4, they were finally given the congressional gold medal, which means Congress finally recognized them. Like the Tuskegee Airmen, they had their own gold coin and all that stuff. But the Borinqueñeros were the last segregated unit to actually receive the coin. That happened about 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm deep into my Rican history, man. I can go on and on about it. Randy Green, thanks for coming in, man. Everything is beautiful. So the whole concept behind that is some historical, but mostly fantasy. I'm not going to go all into history about it. I just want to touch into where the history of the Borinqueñeros came from, and then who the Borinqueñero is going to be, and his story going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's this is where it all stems from. And Trusty and I were talking, and we're going to start it off in the Vietnam, not the Vietnam, excuse me. We're going to start off the story in the Korean War era. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a little retro.
It's all right.
Yeah. And of course, JC, which is the main character, my grandfather's name was Julio Cesar. So JC, who's the main character, he is the one getting here at the end of the Korean War when everything went bad for the unit, and he winds up being court-martialed and sent, to Leavenworth, which is the military prison for those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
That's where our story starts. Our story starts with JC in prison, and the some of the stuff that we fleshed out, he's contemplating, how he got to where he's at, how what he could have done different, and what the future holds for him. And that's where the story starts, because then some strange things are happening, and of course the army, or the government, being the government, they don't want to send in, they're good people, so they're going to take these prisoners that they have at Leavenworth, and they're going to set them up against some supernatural things that are happening in the world, because they're basically sacrificial lambs.
Right.
Yeah.
And then as the story develops and goes on, the rest goes from there. I'm not going to give away too much, I do have an idea in my head. Nephilim are involved, and some other things. It's kind of like, it's a different twist. It's a different twist. It's not like your superhero. He's more like a Frank Castle-esque type of hero, because he has no powers, but he's not the Punisher. He's not going out there, killing bad guys for the heck of it, because of whatever.
Right.
He's just basically, like, hey, you got two choices. You can sit in jail, you can have your freedom, but you got to go through this. A lot of people will be like, yeah, I'll sit in jail, because a lot of people are too scared to try to, like, I'm not going out there. This is a trap,
Yeah.
But in his desperation, and of course his lack of understanding the English language as well as most people can, he was like, hey, he told me I could leave, so I'm leaving. And the story commences. And it's going to have a little bit of something.
Okay.
We're going to bring some aspects into it, and I don't know how long this arc for the Korean War part is going to be. But Trusty did a piece for me. I don't know if y'all saw it a while back, and it has like 3 different areas of soldiers. And,
I might have.
And then one of them started from way back in Korea, and that's a storm, and then the future. So, so there's an arc. It's not going to be the same person. The mantle's going to be passed. So there has to be a romantic interest in somewhere in this story. So there is a offspring that's going to be tagged with either the family curse or the family blessing, however you look into it. So eventually it'll wind up being in present day, but for now we want to keep it there. And I was thinking, I'm not doing an Indiegogo Kickstarter, so I'll probably be doing floppies at a time.
Okay.
And I kind of have I have enough money to start, but with this whole situation that happened recently, I put everything on hold. So once that situation is resolved, then I can start thinking about going back at it. So Trusty, of course, is going to be the penciler, because I want this to be a digital bullpen production.
Right.
And yes, Trusty, I'm going to pay you. And
Oh man.
I never doubted you for a minute.
I don't know, I might do the digital inks. I definitely want to Waffle. If Waffle, you got too much going on, so I might just leave you alone. but definitely would be nice to get like a little bit of everybody involved somehow.
Right.
Maybe have Shinobi.
I don't know.
Like,
if you want to meet a deadline, maybe you better have El Guapo ink pencil it instead of me.
Man, I gotta pay this out of my own pocket, so the deadline might be very, 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 very flexible. You know.
Sounds good.
So that's the premise. The story's been rattling around in my head, and I don't know who's gonna be interested in it or not. Trusty and I were talking. I might just do it and I release it digitally, kind of like Cassidy did.
Yeah.
And if there is a if there is a demand, like if people say, hey, I would like to collect this work, can we get it on physicals? Then we'll work on the physicals. And then if the story is good and we get a couple of floppies out, then and only then I'll think about doing a Kickstarter for the trade paperback.
Yeah.
But that's way down the line. I'm not really thinking about that far ahead.
Right.
Just want to really get to sit down with Writer of the Universe and and get that together. So what I want to do, so the plan is get with her and write the whole arc out as best as we can, so we can then break that into a couple of floppies, 2 or 3 floppies, and see how that goes.
Right.
And we'll see. We'll see. And if Waffle ain't too busy, maybe we can get him to do some stuff for us too.
Right.
It might be a little bit more expensive. It might be kind of expensive, but we'll see what I can do.
Sounds great.
Great.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about the premise?
I like the premise.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it sounds great. Anything to bring attention to history like that, especially of our culture, I'm always down with that.
Yeah, it's just something different, I don't want to make it a super political book. I just want to touch a little bit on the history. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm always against being super political in my books, but definitely, bringing a little bit of historical into it, and then of course adding the twist of fantasy. It's something that people that know about the history will be like, yeah, I know who these people were. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's not going to be the same people in the book, but they're like, hey, oh yeah, I remember that. I mean, there is literally a highway named 65th Infantry in Puerto Rico, so I am hoping that people remember their history. I talked to somebody today because I want him to make me some gear, some Borinquenier gear. So when I start, hyping it up, I could wear that gear on stream and whatnot. And he didn't know about it. And I was like, come on, man, how you Puerto Rico? I was like, man, I have to take you down, sit you down, and bring you back up to speed, my brother. You have been here too long. Yeah, but yeah, that was my grandfather you saw.
That's cool.
Yeah. I got a lot of crap on Facebook. I need to clean my stuff out.
Yeah. I don't even have mine available to people that are not people that are friends of mine in real life.
Yeah. Well, WAP was a friend, and he friended me.
Yeah, I used to have one connected to all this, but then it just got ridiculous with people, so I just took it out.
Got it.
So I got you guys right here. Let me just ask you. So I'm putting this campaign out Friday, and the only perk that I have is the comic. All right. Like I said, it's a second chance if you missed the first campaign.
Sure.
So he said, well, is that the only perk you have in? You're considering another one. I had someone else say, well, you should maybe put something else up if you want, maybe an original art tier or something like that. Like I said, the book is going to get printed. All right. We already got all the money for that. I'm just trying to get other people in who may have missed. What do you guys think about just one perk versus maybe adding another perk?
I think one perk would be nice,
Right.
like one extra thing, but not for not like you can just get the book if you want the book, but if you want a little something extra, like I was saying, man, I think you still got a lot of copies of Gods and Soldiers running around. And I don't think that would be a stretch for you to be able to, whet the appetite for people when they're ready, when you're ready to remaster and release it. People, if they're like, I like the book, I'm ready for you to remaster and release it. You gave me a copy, and I thought it was pretty awesome. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it's just a way to promote your other work. I think, and let people know how versatile El Guapo is. But
Yep.
But the original artwork stuff, that's not a bad idea. It's just it's just whatever you're comfortable with. But I think adding, because you have such a low fulfillment goal of $500, but you never know. You never know. It's just my thought. What do you guys think?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Keep it kind of simple, like your boy Zach. He doesn't do big, complicated campaigns with a lot of different tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of my thought on that. And the reason I chose 500 is because I've seen a lot of campaigns that do a lower number like that, and they hit it. They seem to always well exceed
Dang it.
what they do on their well exceed their goal.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
I mean, like you
I've
said, I
noticed
like it. Because then when people, the thing about a low campaign fulfillment is that people, I think, are more apt to think that you got your stuff together and that it'll be fulfilled because you're not asking for, thousands of dollars.
Living wages.
Right.
You're not trying to make your mortgage payment with it.
Right, exactly.
You
Well,
ain't trying to get no pools or nothing like that.
no. The book's gonna get printed either way.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
Yeah. So yeah, but like a little simple can't stretch goal, a little added caveat, a little enticer, hey, we hit 500, hey, we hit a goal of 500, then I'll unlock some more. Or if you just want to do that, I don't know. I mean, I always look at these things as an opportunity to promote something else. You know what I'm saying? It's great if you want to do the pages, but I would limit them, like not the whole book, like maybe a couple of splash pages or action pages or interesting pages or whatever, or but not the whole book, because I know people want to keep some of the original artwork. Some people really like keeping their stuff.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do the whole book. Like the book is how many pages?
56.
I'll do like maybe 15.
Yeah.
That way it's real collector's items. Out of 56 pages, only 15 were handed out to people. It's not like all 56 are out. Maybe even just 10. That way those 10 people were like, now they feel like they've gotten a great value because only 10 pages of that book are out in the wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
would
10
agree
is a good number for that too.
I would agree with you there.
And then people are more willing to back those kind of things if they know that they're gonna have it. It's gonna be a limited supply, because then they can say, yeah, I got this original El Guapo from the Chango book. You know what I'm saying? On inks, signed by the man himself,
Word.
or whatever you want to do with it, and that makes people feel like like they got something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said, and the reason why I was talking about Gods and Soldiers is because I know you're thinking about remastering it, and maybe having a tier where 6 or 7 of those books, are out in the wild too. Couldn't hurt. I don't know, but ultimately it's your campaign, and do what you're comfortable with, brother.
Right. All right. Well, I appreciate the feedback. Well, you got me for about 1 more minute.
Oh, I'm about to get out myself. We've been on.
Yeah, I got to go to work.
Good. I was about to go to bed anyway.
Yeah, we've been on for about an hour and a half, and I think I've overextended my time, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, so let me let the panel outro themselves. We'll start with Mr. Shinobi Raccoon.
Okay, if you want to share my screen, I have the.
Let me add it. There you go.
Okay, so these are all the areas you can find me in. Why can't I? Hold up. Okay, yeah, this is all where you can find me. My D Live, my Twitch, my YouTube, of course. I'm streaming on a site called Picarto now. I found that on a. I found that from someone I was following on DeviantArt. My DeviantArt, my Twitter, and my Instagram.
Nice. Mr. Trustimus Sidekickamus.
All right. You can find me at Trusty Sidekick 3 on Twitter, Trusty Sidekick Art on Instagram, and various places around YouTube every once in a while.
Awesome. My brother from another mother, Mr. Cesar Feliciano.
All right. Well, y'all can find me on Twitter at El Guapo, actually at Cesar Feliciano, on YouTube at El Guapo Comics. They're on YouTube, also Instagram, TikTok if you're into that. Yeah, and I want to thank all guys tonight for the feedback. Wasn't really up on the chat seeing what was going on, but whoever stepped in and chatted, that was awesome too. And thanks to E for hosting us here. So appreciate it.
Well, that's too bad because the artist you were inking stopped in and said he was digging your inks.
Oh man.
Yeah, with Randy Green, man. He stopped by.
I love Randy Green. I might even have him do a little something for me on my gin and tonic comic.
There you go.
Yeah, Randy Green. My bad. I didn't even realize. Well, and of course, my name is E. Ortiz. I'm going to try to be streaming on a regular basis, but it might be like once in a blue moon, whenever the baby and the wife, are both on a chill mode. I'm still on background, still inking, still practicing, and still trying to do things. But I hope to be, hopefully streaming a little more often. I definitely miss you guys. I like the camaraderie. This is relaxing for me. This is like therapy.
Right.
I just get to sit down and ink a little bit. But I hope everybody has a good evening. I hope the people that chatted. I'm sorry for a lot of people I didn't read the chat. Miranda, I got you. I agree with you on the political anachronisms and Kronos about your grandpa fighting when he was 16. I got y'all, man. But thank y'all for jumping in. Thank y'all for visiting me. I know y'all could have been watching anybody else this evening. So we really greatly appreciate you. We love y'all very much. Good evening. God bless and good night.
Good night, brother.
Have a good day.
Excelsior.